All right. And like I said, Ron is a dancing machine. Watch him get down. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we on the air?
Is this thing on?
Yeah. Raucous Ron out here actually assisting with masking tape on something to do with one of the skaters.
Yes,
and
if
we were trying to figure out how on earth he'd be helpful as a tech.
Yeah, if anything goes awry for your mom for the rest of the bout, we're blame Raucous Ron.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was talking to DNN correspondent Justice Feelgood Marshall, who sits to my right.
He does.
We could not think if there was a power jam that favored Magic City in that entire first half. What a big factor that might have been in the scoring differential that we have here. Do you recall one, Bob?
I remember. I think Derek Calkins had a 10-pointer.
Yeah, okay. So, but I mean, that was we can barely remember it, so it was not definitely a factor. Your mom has had problems in the past in big bout situations of getting into penalty trouble.
Yeah.
And they did not have a problem at all in the first half.
No.
Very clean, very focused. And that, 93
I think
to
they
31.
only had, in fact, they forced the one-track cut in the back straight.
Yeah.
And that would be the only power jam that would be the Derek Calkins, if I remember right, ran like 10 points, and then we questioned
why he called it off early.
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
So that's the only time that really Magic City has had a significant advantage, and they haven't been able to take advantage of anything else other than that.
Well, and we've seen them call a couple of what looked like sure scoring runs off. We saw Chuck do that one time, but he was not moving well. We thought maybe he got the wind knocked out of him coming through the pack.
I passed the Magic City halftime huddle, and I just kind of took my ear, sort of kind of listened in a little bit, and one thing I did hear one of the skaters say, "Let's have fun, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go out and have fun.
Yeah.
That's our game. We have a good time." And
that
regardless.
That sounds like Christopher.
Number
9.
I didn't really look. I didn't want to,
Yeah, you didn't want them to know you were listening.
Yeah, right. What's the silly announcer doing?
Because Frazier, he'd beat the hell out of you.
Yeah,
He's a big guy.
Yes, he is.
Oh, here.
Check, please.
Let me put my Coca-Cola into my microphone.
Special effects free of charge here on DNN.
And we are skating once again.
Starting off for your mom, looks like Twinkle Toes is out there to jam. He's pushing the front of the pack, pushing the issue, trying to get through.
Oh, look at that. That is going to be number 4, TJ Binkley, with a nice assist. In the end, it's probably not going to make. Oh, he doesn't have lead jam.
Neither side was getting lead jam. They both committed minors. Seahorses Forever plays blocking dummy there for.
Did he have him dead to rights? TJ Binkley, I don't even think really saw it coming as he comes around the outside corner. Seahorses Forever doing something very unusual, and that is playing back about 8 feet or so to take him on.
And then, of course, in typical Seahorses fashion, just jumps right up with a smile on his face like nothing happened. We are really, it's going to be a battle of the walls on this one, Bob. That's what happens when you have the full 2-minute no lead jam.
And that's so exhausting for these guys.
First through Twinkle Toes. He puts up the 4 spot. Only 3 points on that pass for number 4, TJ Binkley.
TJ Binkley.
Oh, this is just.
Oh, Jeremy Strecker out there playing the wrecking ball.
I guess this is what these guys consider fun, right?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't think anybody has more of a game face than Jeremy Strecker does. And I don't think anybody maybe has more desire to win this game than Jeremy Strecker does.
Well, what a great physical way to start the second half, just bludgeoning each other. Both sides, blockers, laying out hits. Nobody's been sent to the box. All of this has been done cleanly, really. Maybe some minors, but no major hits.
And then we see Jeremy Strecker able to go ahead and run Twinkle Toes out of bounds. It turns out to be
slight advantage, looks like, in favor of Magic City. I think they got 3 on that last pass. The score will be 97 for your mom and 38 for Magic City. 27 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the second half. Winner goes on to play for the coveted championship trophy.
Yeah, they continue. They get to continue on to the semifinals. We are going to see New York Shock Exchange and the Gatekeepers play each other.
It is a very, very good rivalry. Those teams have had some incredible bouts the last 2 seasons.
Well, what's interesting, the way the brackets are laid out, if the favored teams continue to win, which is what has happened, the styles were going to match up just before the semis.
Yes.
And because we're going to see the Shock Exchange and Gatekeepers play a very similar style of derby for
Christopher Smith was the lead jammer for Magic City on that one. He had to call it off. Frank Not-So-Hatra gets through very quickly as well. And
yeah, that was applying the tourniquet before the bleeding started.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to cut that thing off.
Oh, I see that one coming.
Yes, you do.
We're going to put the tourniquet on.
First jam so far of the day
and
for the big fella.
I just feel like I need to say, ladies and gentlemen, if you're sitting at home listening to me and you hear me talk about anything that's medically related, please do not take any of my advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I thought you were Dr. Bob Notches.
No.
I feel really awkward about the medical advice I've taken for you over the years. Sugar Boots is out there jamming. Tall, lanky fella for your mom.
As well as Jeremy Stryker. Jeremy Stryker's going to get through first. And some signs of life from MCM as Jeremy Stryker is your lead jammer. And look at that. We've got the right now, unfortunately, number 6 Sugar Boots can't get around his own guy.
No.
He's been blocked. He's been blocked harder by his own people.
Yeah, he has. And that actually turns into a 5-point natural grand slam for Magic City. Sugar Boots inserted normally as a blocker, goes out to jam, and he is not having really a very solid jam at all for his team.
We saw Talarina get a minor foul for a blocking out of bounds.
So another 5-point pass, 10 points on this jam as Sugar Boots finally gets out, and he can see in his eyes that he took a beating on that jam.
Well, I'm telling you again, if anybody is nobody will play harder to win than Jeremy Stryker.
Jeremy Stryker pushes it again, calls the jam off, adds a couple more points to the mix.
Well, they're going to give points. They are going to give points up, though.
Yeah, they give up a 2 or 3, I believe.
Yeah, from this angle, it's hard to tell. Or it could be a 4-fingered official.
That's true. I wouldn't want to discriminate against folks missing digits.
You know, I've often wondered, if a jam ref doesn't have an index finger, is he not hireable?
Is that discrimination? Can you do that?
I think if it's a necessary part of the job, you actually can.
Okay.
Do that, but maybe you could use a thumb.
We're going to check with a legal scholar, and we're going to get back to you folks on that one.
Maybe you could get a prosthetic.
Yes, you could. After all that, 102 for your mom, 50 for Magic City, 24-25 left in the bout.
And we're rolling. Christopher Smith, Johnny Weichel are going to come out past the front, past the pivot line. Looks like number 44 out there, Mike Cowart.
Lotto Madness, though, comes through and gets lead jam for your mom.
And again, just for some reason, that inside line. Oh, there we go. There's Frazier.
There was the big hit from Frazier. And, the thing is about that inside line, you're right, it is pretty much basic derby. I mean, that's the one thing you got to defend. You give up the outside because the angle's harder. But if you give up that inside, it's just really easy for these fast, really small statured jammers of your mom.
And I don't think it's so much them making the error of trying to leave it open. I think that, again, they're matched up against their own kind of speed, which hasn't happened before. And these guys are coming through so quickly that they're just not able to close it up in time.
Oh, boy. Speaking of the inside line once again.
Or I was totally wrong.
Twinkle Toes. That was a little dance.
Yeah, he's got a grand slam before Derek Hawkins is even beyond the pivot line.
Yeah, that was lightning fast.
And Hawkins is through now.
Really good effort on his part to actually get out of there, Bob, because it looked like it was going to be a disaster jam.
Oh, they do a nice job, though, on Twinkle Toes. I mean, that's one thing about MCM is they can give up. They can give up a power jam. They can give up a jammer getting through, and then the defense will just squash them.
I mean, we thought that was an easy 5 points for your mom. Turns out to be 2. So that's great defensive recovery after opening up that inside line for Twinkle Toes. 104-50 in favor of your mom. 22 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the second half.
And we're going to see Christopher Smith lined up for Magic City.
Frank Not-So-Hatra out there for your mom.
Mike Cowart kind of moving guys around. We've got Johnny Weichel and Frazier out there.
We see that Magic City has gone back to the traditional, and we say that traditional meaning the new way of all jams starting as a scrum. They tried some different things in the first half, and they've reverted back to.
Although what's interesting is they start there, but they don't really end up with a scrum start.
They don't stay long.
Yeah, they're going to call that.
Christopher Smith goes out with the major. So this will be a power jam for Frank Not-So-Hatra.
That's a low block.
Yeah. Frank Not-So-Hatra has been the dagger for your mom all morning long.
Little surprised at Christopher Smith drawing a low block, but it would have been a back block, I think, otherwise. Anyway.
Yeah, the call of the major was probably appropriate. I'm not sure the actual description would have been. Frank Not-So-Hatra has a little grin on his face when he comes back by here. He sees the blood in the water, and he knows he can take advantage of it right now with a great monster power jam.
Oh, look at that. Fraser and Weichel again. But I tell you, the awareness of your mom to keep that pack from splitting, or to keep that pack splitting, has been amazing.
Yeah, they had 4 blockers to start this jam. They're down to 3, but they're dictating the pace wonderfully and allowing Frank Not-So-Hatra just to operate in space on his own. 2 Grand Slam passes so far, 10 points on this jam alone.
You know what? And I think, I almost think that they have to go from the positional blocking to knocking them out.
Yeah. And it's the power jam comes to a close, but not before Frank Not-So-Hatra gets another 5 spot on the board. 15 points so far in this jam.
I don't think there's too many times I would ever have said that before, but when you've got a guy pinned like that, the guy from the outside, it might as well go ahead and take him to the inside as hard as you can.
Yeah, this positional blocking against this agile, fast team of your mom is really difficult because if they get around it, you're done.
Well, and the thing is that they're trapping him, but the leg strength is strong enough to drive through it, which they're not accustomed to.
Yeah.
Because the leg strength of the Misfits is that strong. Usually when they get on the toe stops, you're done. But Frank Not-So-Hatra not having any problem with that.
No, he seems pretty unfazed by that whole thing. Well, 20 minutes to go, 21 seconds. 121 to 50, excuse me.
So to quote LL Cool J, Mama said knock you out.
Mama said knock you out.
Because that's kind of weak to blame it on your mother.
It is.
Not your mother.
No, wait.
Or on your mom.
Who's on first?
Or we could say blame
Second
it
base?
on your mom.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Timeout on the track. Not sure what they're talking about. We can't read minds or lips.
Or books.
Or
for
no.
that matter.
I didn't read any. I didn't do any of my homework before this bout. We could talk about a sponsor, though. We could talk about.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Talk about KDHX 88.1. You can tune in to them to listen to real DJs playing music you won't hear anywhere else and stream it all online at kdhx.org. 88.1 KDHX independent music plays here.
Yeah, or, the only other thing I could think of is you could steal my iPod and listen to music you won't hear anywhere else.
Yes, that is a little more challenging, but you could do that.
Yeah, I like a good mix of
could you
5 genres together.
Could we get like your favorite song, like the most played song? I mean, the fans at home want to know these things, Bob.
Gosh, if I had to pick from the Saturday Night Live album or the Saturday Night Fever album.
A disco guy? Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I grew up in the age where remember back at Wrigley Field, the story of them blowing up the disco records in center field?
No. I'm a young man, Bob.
Oh, that was Comiskey Park.
Yes, I'm a young man. Sorry.
I think you're bluffing.
I do. I am bluffing. Timeout continues. Again, we see mainly just your mom leadership over there right now. Magic City doesn't apparently have anything to discuss. And there's a lot of nodding and hand gesturing, meaning something very official is going on. That's serious when that happens. So.
Yeah. The head nod.
Yes, very.
And the gesturing.
The stern look.
I can't do that at the same time.
No. That would give me a
I wouldn't
headache.
recommend it.
No. One action at a time for Bob Notches.
Yes. Yep.
Coach for Magic City was over there, and she returns back to her bench.
That's Meow Mix Your Face Up from Jacksonville.
Mix feels satisfied with the decision. And we are going to get back to action.
And we're looking at a score of 121-50 in favor of Your Mom Roller Derby in the white and black. Magic City Misfits, of course, would be in the green and yellow. A game that we saw potentially on the schedule. We knew that they could meet up. We hoped it would happen. They have. And Magic City, surprisingly, struggling a little more than we anticipated.
Yeah, I think
than we anticipated either team might.
Yeah, I think the Derby World really wanted to see this one, and I think we had high hopes for it to be a battle back and forth. It really has been all Your Mom, a testament to their unleashing of the power and the tenacity that we've seen from them before.
Oh, Chuck Best right now. That's the blocking that they want, and the key seems to be keeping the three together. And right now, Jeremy Strecker sees that, but he's got a three wall in front of him, and it isn't moving.
Yeah, Dirty Larry there centering that three wall.
Oh, I don't think he's going to get by through the inside. Jeremy Strecker, he's a Wallenda, my friend.
Yeah, he just needed an inch. Literally, that's all he got, and he gets through to get lead jam.
And Chucky Bass doing what he does so well with that leaning block. And the thing that I like about Chuck is he's not only – it's not just the fact that he's strong and that he can do that, but because of his height, he gets right up under your sternum, and that makes it very, very hard to push him out of the way.
B.S. Smacker, jammer for Your Mom, was able to get through. There was that moment in time where Magic City looked like they wanted to call the jam, but they kept going, so it ends up being kind of a push there. Both sides put up points on the board, and what looked like to be an advantage for Magic City does not turn out that way, as it's now 121-53. 4 points for Your Mom on that jam, 3 for Magic City. 18:40 left to go here in the second half.
And I think that with almost 19 minutes on the clock, you can scratch and claw. You've got the time to do it. And I think you get to a point sometimes where people just feel like they have to take things on their back that they shouldn't.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think that might have been the example there. I think there was a hope that they could go through the packs twice. Did not work out for Magic City.
But the odds would not be in favor. Johnny Weichel, Seahorses Forever is unbelievable.
Yeah, he really is.
The guy can leverage you and hold you up forever.
Credit right now to the front wall of Magic City, though, because Mulatto Madness has not broken free yet as well.
No, he's been up against T.J. Binkley.
And look at that, after that.
Johnny Weichel gets through.
I know.
I can't believe it.
I'm shocked, actually. Excellent job with the front wall there of Magic City to allow that to even happen.
You know what? I'm going to give that one to T.J. Binkley right there. He was a one-man wall for a long time in that mess. And there's Christopher Smith trying to leverage people to the inside, because these guys with their footwork don't need a lot of space. And there we see it. They push just enough. They get some inside movement. And
5-point grand slam pass there.
Is that Hawkins or somebody waving out there about he's trying to get attention?
This actually, the style and the way this jam has gone.
Oh! Back block for Johnny Weichel after he has put up nice points.
Well, that is a heartbreaker for Magic City fans, because they looked like really, really sharp on this jam. That whole team did. Their blockers. And now the power jam for Mulatto Madness will begin. Mulatto is just about spent, though.
Well, I'll tell you, bridging in women's roller derby is something that got practiced a lot, used effectively maybe never.
Right.
But what we're seeing here in the men's derby is bridging that's been incredibly, incredibly helpful.
Yeah, it's an art form with these guys. The jam is just really going down to the last seconds here. Not much time left on this jam clock, and Mulatto Madness is just done. He's just checking out. He just took a beating on that jam. He said, you know what, let's go ahead and start this next one up, please.
So Johnny potentially Johnny, I do believe, does put more points up.
Yeah, it looks like he had 8 points on that jam. Your Mom added an additional 5, so it's 132-61. And that jam, though, until the power jam part that felt like how we thought the whole bout would go.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, the style and how both teams were battling so hard.
But we did see some changes in the way that they were blocking that time.
Yes.
With Johnny being able to pull 3 more points, even though he's sitting in the box, not only do they hold up Mulatto Madness until he basically is just out of wind, but they kill most of the power jam.
Exactly.
So, in the end, you know, we'll see what happens. But we see Johnny standing right now, so he's down to his 10 seconds.
Yeah, Peter Pan, jammer for your mom, is able to get through. This will be a short power jam.
Okay, Johnny Weichel going to come out, going to slow him down, he's going to deliver him to the defense, and then they just pancake him. Oh my, Johnny Weichel now is going to come around on a scoring pass.
That turned out very well for Magic City. That was a really great effort there.
How awesome was that?
Yeah, that really was. Well, you see, and this is why we thought this matchup would be so much closer, because we see that Magic City has these great athletic moments that they can put out on the track. More of those, if we can get ourselves a couple more of those here, I think we're going to tighten up the scoring a little bit.
That is one of the most effective. I mean, how many times do you actually see a power jam kill where you score more points?
Yeah. Christopher Smith out there for Magic City against.
And he's going to get run out of bounds. Now that's going to make him ineligible for lead jammer. That's significant.
Twinkle toes, goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's a back block. Holy cow. Twinkle Toes runs Christopher Smith out of bounds a second time, but he's going to hit him in the back to do it.
Well, I tell you what, if the fans here were referees, that would have been called instantly. The entire area over there.
Oh, Christopher Smith, nice spin move. They give him lead jam.
What a strange move by Twinkle Toes to actually get so physical on the jam line, up by such a big margin.
I'm not so sure he wasn't eligible for lead jam.
Yeah, I don't think he was either, but
doesn't matter. He called it off, didn't score any points.
Yeah, interesting though. I mean, when you're up this big, why make the decision to get so physical on the jam line? I mean, other than just to prove a point, maybe, I'm not sure. We haven't really seen that all bout long.
You know what? Both of these teams are very explosive, and maybe it's just a feeling that they can't let up.
Yeah, I would hate to wake up the sleeping giant, though, that is Magic City, and give them some reason to get back into this one.
Yeah, we saw that once. It was called Pearl Harbor.
Yes, we did. Did not go well. Lead jam awarded to Magic City. That is Jeremy Strecker.
Now, what you have to understand is Christopher Smith, nice block there. Seahorses forever goes down.
Oh,
and then he is, What? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I shouldn't ever say that.
We normally don't like to call out things of that nature, but it's very strange to see Jeremy Strecker go out for the major there. Seahorses Forever does go out as well.
Seahorses with the low block for sure, but Strecker had been...
I don't even know what they called, to be honest with you.
I don't either, because Strecker had been run over, he pushed in, basically blocked into that pileup.
He was actually sandwiched between two Your Mom skaters, one on the ground and one in the air, and somehow that was a major.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to take the explanation from whoever would like to offer it on that.
Oh, look at that! Chucky Best jumps the apex to block, but I think, yes, Chucky Best, he ends up drawing a foul from him. That is one of the most amazing things I have ever seen.
Just an incredible jam here. Obviously, the partisan fans right now are very happy to see that turnaround as the power jam shifts back to Jeremy Strecker.
Lady, if you did not see that, Chucky Best went from the back to the front to continue the blocking and then ends up being able to draw a major foul out of the blocker. He leaps the apex to get there.
Jeremy Strecker still fighting his way through the blocking. Another scoring pass for Magic City.
Seahorses Forever is just... The guy's got instincts that you just can't seem to fool.
What I will tell you, though, is based on the body language and the general energy, Magic City is waking up here, Bob Noxious. They are feeling it. I think those last two jams have really energized them. They are down 132-71 with 11 minutes and some change to go. But you get the sense that Your Mom needs to kind of put a clamp on this one They send out their closer, as it were, Frank Sinatra to try to do so on this jam.
You know, I'll tell you, that's got to be the play of the tournament, though, right there.
It was incredible, and it wasn't even a jammer; it was a defensive play.
Oh my goodness!
And what a turnaround in that situation as well.
Chuck Best is not a tall guy. His heart is as big as it gets when it comes to playing the game. And then we see Derek Hawkins through. Things on a roll again for MCM, although he's not got a whole lot of space between he and Frank Not-So-Hot, and it hits his team at the back. But he's going to get one. He's got to call it off. Yeah,
Frank Not-So-Hot moves so quickly. No points on the board for your mom. 2 for Derek Hawkins on that one. And
you know what? We are now within striking distance, 73-132 in favor of your mom.
And again, the crowd seems to be into it now. There's a partisan crowd supporting the boys in green here for Magic City. And the energy level is going up for both sides. But you see Magic City sort of has that look in their eye like, you know what, we are going to have fun to finish this out. We are going to give everything we can before it's over.
Well, and I think you and I feel that.
Yes. We do.
And like I said, I apologize for going. I think we both scream what?
Well,
because we, you know, when a game as intense as this, when you see something that you don't quite understand,
and it happened,
the fan comes out.
Yeah, and it happened right in front of us too. And I mean, you could hear the crowd in the background; they were reacting in a very similar fashion.
Yeah.
So, not to say that anyone was right or wrong, but it was a very awkward moment.
Yeah, kind of like when you and I first met.
Yes. That's correct. Yeah. Which we will not get into.
No,
we will not. We will talk about Rydell Skates, though. Rydell Skates, they are here today. Magic City putting on a dance move there. Rydell Skates is here. You can check them out online, though, at roller.rydellskates.com. They have a custom colored lab there where you can pick out the...
That's not a dog, by the way.
No, that's not a Labrador.
It's a laboratory.
Laboratory. Frank Not-So-Hot out there again. So it looks like your mom has sort of tightened up the old jammer rotation a little bit. I think they
kind of like, you're not.
Frank has been the most successful jammer without a doubt today for your mom. So I wonder if that's.
But it was funny because they had 3 guys kneeling and none of them were in front of Frank. So Derek Hawkins is like, Christopher, could you move over here?
Major track cut was called. And it is going to be yet another power jam for Frank Not-So-Hot and your mom. And this has been just the dagger all day long.
That was one of those things where he got through pretty quickly. I didn't see what happened. He didn't really seem to be hit that much.
No,
maybe it was just losing focus on where it was. But that, okay, so right now.
You know you're good, by the way. Seahorses Forever takes a moment to tie his skates in the middle of the jam. You know you're good if you can tie your skates in the middle of the jam.
Chuck Best actually got through on a lead pass and tied his skates. He skated one skate around.
I saw that yesterday. Yes. Frank Not-So-Hot makes his first scoring pass, a 5-point grand slam.
Seahorses Forever is talking to Christopher Smith. I just love that guy.
Well, you know, it's just a jam, right?
Yeah.
Another 5-point pass there for Frank. This is really a heartbreaker for Magic City fans because you'd seen so much momentum here in the last couple minutes, and now it's just going to be crushed by this power jam.
Well, and the thing is that time is not on their side.
No, not at all.
Okay, now we're going to see Derek Hawkins come out. He actually put a move on Seahorses Forever, but he's able to reposition himself.
Yeah, Seahorses had support out there. 4 blockers.
1369, but he's going to carry that block out of bounds. That was Dirty Larry. Dirty Larry, I believe, played with the Twin City Terrors before.
Yes, he was a late addition to this roster prior to the tournament. Jam continues. I do believe your mom is very content to let clock run.
Yeah.
Especially with Frank out there right now, already on a scoring binge.
And kids, remember, binge anything is wrong.
Unless it's binge jamming.
Unless it's a scoring.
Yeah. So that does extend the lead 152 for your mom, 73 for Magic City with 8 minutes left to go. The clock is now the evil eye on top of this one because they're looking down at Magic City and telling them, you got to hurry up, boys.
Yeah. Time might be on Mick Jagger's side.
Yes.
Not on your mom.
Not
on Magic City's side right now.
No. Well, they're going to learn a lot from this one, regardless of how it goes. This is a high-end matchup for them, and
you know what, though? I mean, they're having fun.
Yes.
To see these guys talk and laugh.
Yes.
That was not the Puget Sound game.
No, not at all. That was a very BS Smacker lead jammer awarded to him for Your Mom. He's already back around. Pack slowed down dramatically there.
Oh, Jeremy Strecker with a nice spin move to stay inside, so he's going to get through on his initial pass.
Jeremy Strecker is such a fun jammer to watch play, Bob. He does have a lot of heart, and he really just takes those hits very well.
Jeremy, I wouldn't be surprised if. I actually thought that'd be a scenario where we might see Jeremy try to take him out.
5-point jam there for Your Moms. They will extend the lead 157-73 with just under 7 minutes left to go.
When I was up, I've been doing a lot of work with the RDAC up in Canada and in their regional playoffs, and they had in their Easterns, one of the players for the 709 Derby Girls Rainbow Fight would take jammers out all the time, even if she wasn't the lead jammer, just to get that burst to get into the pack.
Yeah, to give that advantage.
Yeah, she did it quite effectively.
Mulatto Madness out there for Your Mom.
And it's Chucky Best. Chucky Best fight. Oh, but look at that. Mulatto Madness has the whole inside lane to get through.
Yeah, he's so quick. He saw that inside move there that was available to him, and he took it instantly, blasted his way through.
You know, some people, I've always said that there's always good jammers, but great jammers have that extra overdrive, that extra step.
Yep.
He's got two of those.
Yes, he does. And he has had a lot of time to recover after that incredibly long 2-minute jam that he was involved in. And that's a 5-point pass for him. So momentum has been stripped away from Magic City.
I see Horses just picking his nails. He's just waiting for it.
If he was allowed to have a cell phone, I think he might be texting someone out there.
Maybe he's ordering a pizza. Maybe he's.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh.
Mulatto Madness is sent off.
We got a power jam, a little. But Chucky's got to get through quick.
Yeah, this is actually still his first pass.
Yeah,
he'd love to call the jam up if he could because he wants to get someone else in there, but the pack is going the wrong direction.
Frazier goes down.
The pack is swirling the wrong way. Jam resumes as a very beaten and battered.
That's a situation
Chuck
where
Best is trying to get his way through.
I think that physical fatigue's leading to mental fatigue now.
Yep, and we have ourselves a star pass, an attempt because Chuck Best was just worn down. So TJ Binkley now bears the star for Magic City.
And something in the corner we don't see.
Looks like the jam has been called.
But it has been called off. I see a signal there for a block out of bounds or just a continuation of a block out of bounds.
It was just late there, right after the power jam was called in favor of Magic City, that Chuck Best was knocked inside, and just you could see the wind was taken out of him, and he had to really fight to get up and get back into action. Just took too much time.
Yeah, and apparently one of the regulars in the Magic City jamming rotation had strained a muscle in his hip or something, and we saw Chuck Best jamming a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that has to play into
how the lineup
the gas in the tank today.
Jeremy Strecker out there for Magic City does get lead jam on that very brief power jam for Magic City. Mulatto Madness has returned to action. This is Jeremy Strecker's scoring pass. And he gets his 4 and calls it off. We are about the 3:30 mark here in the second half, and it is 165-78 for Magic City. So,
boy, I tell you, wouldn't it be something if we got the treat of watching these guys get to play each other again?
Yes. We will see. At this point, obviously, we're not, the bout's not over, but with 3 minutes left to go, it would be miracle level kind of comeback. And so we're going to see Your Mom advance to the championships tonight at 7 p.m. here on DNN. Opponent to be determined. They will face either the St. Louis Gatekeepers or the New York Shock Exchange, our next bout. And Frank Natsuhatra gets lead jam quite easily. for your mom.
Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get any less exciting as the day progresses.
No, yeah. The Gatekeepers and New York Stock Exchange have themselves a nice rivalry, friendly rivalry.
Yeah, two teams very respectful of each other as we see number 12, Hunter Collins, out in front. Well, he's actually out in front. He's not the lead jammer.
Both sides put up 4 points. Frank continues the action. At this point, burning the clock off is more important than these points that Magic City could acquire on these jams. Another 4 for Frank Natsuhatra. And only 3 points there.
Yeah, he's going to get
Hunter.
a no pass, no point.
So Magic City still has something to play for today, Bob.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will be playing for a chance at third place.
Which would be, if they win that game, they would actually be third place for the second year in a row.
So while that's not what you want when you come to a tournament, you still want to come away winning the last bout that you play. That's always your goal.
Well, and honestly, I think the two teams that the Gatekeepers and the Stock Exchange are most afraid of are the two that are playing.
Yeah, I would agree. Looks like 4 minors were picked up by Hunter Collins on that, and so he will go off to the penalty box, and Frank Natsuhatra is on yet another power jam.
And with the consolation of knowing it's probably the last fourth minor.
Yes, that's correct.
See,
I like how you're doing that.
Yeah, it's a historical moment.
Yes, it is. He should write this down.
I remember that stuff. That's milk. Forget it.
Forget it.
Yeah, pick me up at a certain time. Forget it.
Forget that. But that
I'll remember. Yeah.
Only a few seconds left. Jim is over on time. 1 minute left to go in this bout, and the lead now, and obviously insurmountable. 184 for your mom, 87 for Magic City. Not the result that we thought we were going to see today. But your mom has come out and really just dominated play.
Yeah, and what's going to be interesting is, depending on how this shakes out, your mom has not lost to anybody except for the Gatekeepers all year.
That's correct.
So, and granted, they were missing a couple of key players in that game. And you hate to use that as an excuse, but as talented as these guys are, it does make a difference.
Twinkle Toes will look to finish this one out here, Bob, and he gets lead jam here on the power jam. So this will then just be a very relaxed and casual ticking of the time.
But I tell you, MCM not playing it like it's the last few
No,
moments.
they're not.
Oh, Derek Hawkins with a big hit.
And this jammer signals for the end of the jam, and that will do it.
And I'll tell you, really, congrats to both teams.
Yes.
Not only such a great show, such a great look at that. We see Christopher Smith come over, shake the hand of head ref Sugar Daddy. These guys had so much fun out there. Now I know the MCM well enough to know that there's 1 or 2 guys that don't ever like to go home losing.
Nope.
But at the same time, no lack of respect. And the other guys, had a great time. Wish they'd have won. All have the heart and the desire to win, but can accept the fact that they got to at least play this team and know that on another day could be a different result.
And they take the track right now for their consolation. Circling of the fans. They will be playing again today. I believe they will be playing at 5 o'clock. I'm just speculating at this point. That would be the third place bout, I believe. And they will play an opponent to be determined.
At 7, so you are correct.
And all smiles from the boys from Des Moines. Your mom will be playing for a championship. Came in as the number 1 seed. They've held up their end of the bargain. They've advanced to the finals, and they will face the winner of our next matchup here.
Yeah, and really for the most part, the bracket has played itself out the way it's been written.
It has, yeah. We have not seen any major upsets. We did see Mass Maelstrom put on a nice show last night as the number 8 seed.
Now this is kind of interesting because it's guys. This is not a team that people hug afterwards usually. I mean, that's how much you respect and how much fun they had.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, you won't see the Shock Exchange will be great. They'll shake hands and all that stuff.
Hugs, have an adult beverage later kind of thing, yeah.
Well, they'll have the adult beverage later.
But that Magic City's not a hugging team.
That said, it's nice to see Ladies Night and some of the other NYSC guys out there who have played MCM hard out there congratulating them and thinking, we're not sure. The outcome of that game wasn't really all that important because it's going to be tough no matter who came out of it.
Yeah, we could see, Magic City could see the New York Shock Exchange or St. Louis later on this afternoon.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what, not what we thought it was going to be, but an incredibly well-executed effort by your mom, and just the beginning of a very long and exciting day on DNN of incredible championship action.
And hopefully a long and extended rivalry between these two teams.
Yeah, we need to see these teams play again.
They're WPA, my friend. Worth the price of admission.
It was a pleasure, sir.
And absolute pleasure to see this game, McGilla. Really, really a pleasure to have worked with you. Everybody that's home on DNN, we're going to be back in probably about, clock says about 21 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
And you're going to see yet another amazing matchup.
That's
going to be the Gatekeepers versus the New York Shock Exchange. You don't want to miss that.
Do not.
And we will see who goes on to play your mom at 7 o'clock for the championships tonight.
Thanks for listening and watching, folks.
Have a good